Hello, today I have someone very special for you to meet, and this little someone is called Blue. And here's Blue. Hi Blue Blue. Blue is only 6 weeks old, and this is Blue's first time in the sunshine and the first time on the grass. There's a lot to take in, isn't there, Blue? So as you know, we have no space at all for new chickens right now. So Blue is having to live in the house, and that's why I've just brought him out for some time on the grass. Hey Blue, what do you think of this? And look at these eyes, these beautiful blue eyes. He's only a baby. He looks like a boy because he's got the larger comb and wattles for only a baby. What's that, a kookaburra? A lot to take in, and he is rescued from the meat industry. What's that? That grass. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So yesterday in the evening at about 9 or so, I was on the computer and I saw I had a message. And it was from a really lovely lady whose husband had found a little chicken by his work. And near his work are a lot of chicken farms, meat farms. This was in Austral area on southwest Sydney. And the lady said that the chicken, she didn't know if he was a boy or a girl, and she didn't know the situation, but he wasn't eating or drinking. And she was really worried because he also had some raw areas on his body. So I thought, right, sounds pretty serious. Sounds like they need to get some vet care straight away. So the lady was good. She met me at Seven Hills, which is halfway, about half an hour away. So that's how I spent my Friday night. Drove there and picked up, and as soon as I saw him, I knew he'd escaped the meat industry. He's a Cornish cross, or also known as a broiler chicken. And you can tell from his age that he's about 6 weeks old, his size, that he's about 6 weeks old, and that's when they go to slaughter. So it's very likely that he's escaped a slaughter truck. So let's have another look at him. What do you think of this sun? He's getting stronger already. Yesterday evening he didn't walk at all. He might have had some bruising and inflammation if he fell from the truck. Kookaburras. Kookaburras wish to be heard as well. Wow, listen to them. And the lady had said he wasn't eating at all, but I placed the food right in front of him and the water, and he started eating straight away. So he's coming closer and closer to me. You want to come close to me, do you? Hey? What a sweetheart. Let's see if we can get us both in the picture then. There we go. So then this morning I put him on a towel on the floor and he was able to stand, and he was very wobbly. And now he's actually taking some steps and he's doing really well. So I think it was just that he was really bruised from falling, and that he was in shock and he'd had a really terrible day. I mean, it's terrifying what they go through in this catching process. The catchers, the people that work as look, he's on my hand. The people that work as catchers will grab them by the wings, grab them by the legs, and their bones can break, and they get flung into the crates, and then they have the terrifying transport. And that's often the only time they'll ever see the sky. And then they get a terrifying and painful death. So it always breaks my heart a bit when we have these rescues of chickens who are so close to the point where they would be slaughtered, because you can't help but think how close they were, and how every other chicken that did get slaughtered from that farm was just as worthy of living. So this little one, because of his baby blue eyes, the name Blue just stuck out. Like, I just knew that had to be his name. And if I've got it wrong and he is a she, then it'll still work. But I'm pretty sure that he's a boy. So let's have another look at this sweetheart. So you can see what the lady was worried about was this raw skin on him. And it's basically It happens with this breed. It can happen because he's been sitting in an area where there's a lot of urine on the floor. And he's coming up, look. He wants to be near me. Oh, my goodness, what a hop. And we were worried about your legs. And you hopped all the way over my legs. Wow. Incredible. I brought him up to the top of the garden because he wanted to be with the girls, but I didn't want to risk them picking on him. What he really needs is his own enclosure, don't you, sweetheart? Little baby noises. Now you can see his legs are absolutely huge compared to his body because he's probably going to grow into them, but it's really sad because you can see how he's been forced to grow so fast. I mean, he's only 6 weeks old and he's been forced to grow so fast that, you know, it's just, you can even see that in him, and the breeding is just truly such a cruelty. But I'm so pleased he's safe with us. Who's that? Dylan the cat. You don't have to worry about him, darling. He's a friendly cat. Hey? He's a friendly cat. Hey? Oh, good boy. Wow, your legs are doing great now, aren't they? Hey? Oh yes, Dylan, you're beautiful too. So he's having a peck at some of the sticks here. It's hard to believe that people eat these little animals, and not just eat them, but cause them immense suffering, horrific slaughter. They're just baby animals. They just want to play and explore. He's enjoying lying down here. A bit of sun, a bit of dappled sunlight. I love his sounds, listen. Baby, little baby. And that's Cody. So we'll go and see them because this shows you the size that our lovely Blue will get to and the crowing that he'll likely do. Hello, my darlings. So you've met these guys before. Cody, our rooster, Harlow, and friendly Eve. So Cody has got the best crow because it's very deep and he doesn't do it too often, do you? So we're actually able to keep him here despite not being allowed roosters. You're my handsome, aren't you? And you want me to bring you some treats, really, don't you? And it's kind of hard to believe that this little tiny baby is going to be that big in not very long, just because of the way they've been bred. But I love, look at his little fluffs on his head. Oh, sorry. Little fluffies. Hey? Oh, he loves it. He must just feel so relaxed. Can you imagine the stress that he's been through? The feel of being grabbed and the terror of being chased by men through this shed with all of the other chickens terrified and his friends in the shed terrified. Oh, I can't imagine how he must have been feeling. I just hope he feels a bit more relaxed now. Oh, what a beautiful boy. I really, really, really want to be able to save more of these beautiful babies once we get the Hen Haven, because we won't have to worry about whether they're male or female, and we can do many more rescues. Oh gosh, I want it to happen so much. So I find that little babies who have just been rescued from the meat industry tend to really like the comfort of cuddles. They're like all baby animals in that they appreciate comfort, they appreciate warmth, and they just want to be safe. And of course that's completely not what little Blue had in the meat industry. Who's that handsome boy? Hey? And Blue was on the floor in here and he kept looking up onto the sofa like he wanted to jump up. And he was like stretching his head and looking up on the seat. And of course we don't want him to hurt his legs, he's only just gaining strength in them. So he's just having a little cuddle. You're gorgeous, aren't you? I'm so glad that you're safe, darling. And you'll be safe forever now, won't you? Hey? Your whole life. What a special boy. So yeah, today will mostly be making sure that he's feeling good, getting his food and water. I'll have to try and set up another enclosure for him, although I'm not sure how we're going to do it because we're out of space. But he's pretty happy just having some time outside and then having cuddles inside. He's falling asleep right now. Probably a very, very, very scary day yesterday for him and the night before. I'm just so glad that that lovely couple saved him and that he's now in the right place. So that's our little Blue. I'm sure there'll be more to show you over the coming days. But he's definitely a reason for us to keep going with the Hen Haven, because we'll be able to save many more babies like him and to be able to keep babies like him as well and give them the care that they need. So thank you for tuning in and hearing about our little Blue, and I will see you tomorrow. Say goodbye, Blue.